2 of my E3 2012 predictions video. Last time we talked about Sony and Microsoft, and of course we're going to talk about Nintendo and the other third-party developers. So let's get right to it. Nintendo is actually going to be what we're going to talk about first. So what is Nintendo going to come out with? Well, that'll be easy. First on the agenda is The Legend of Zelda. Believe it or not, they're probably going to be doing a new game, plus releasing some other ones, as in remakes. Now, particularly, they're going to be announcing a new Wii U title and a new 3DS title, and as well as some remakes. What are these remakes? Well, I'll tell you. The remake is going to be The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, or a different title. Now, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask will be made for 3DS. Of course, we're going to be seeing possible remakes of another game, and that game is The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Now, this could also be a 3DS title, or it could be a Wii U title. But it's also a possibility that it might be one of the launch titles for the Wii U download service. So basically, I expect to hear some information about The Legend of Zelda plus a new game. Up next is Pokemon. Black and White version 2, of course, will be announced. Has already been announced for a while, but we're also going to be seeing some new stuff from Nintendo, including some more storyline content. Now, we already know that's going to be taking place 2 years after the first game, so there's going to be some other things that we're going to be talked about. More likely, the plot for the second story. There's also some other stuff that's going to be talked about by Pokemon, and that is a possible Wii U adaptation of Pokemon Stadium, or for the Black and White series. Now, this is actually something that is interesting because it's possible that it might going to be this, or it could be something else. Now, something else is going to, of course, be something that I'll announce here in a couple of secs, and that is Pokemon World Online, which is, of course, possible that it might be doing Pokemon going to be doing an MMO. Well, it's either going to be a stadium or an MMO, and we probably know it's not going to be anything like a Pokemon Coliseum or XE Darkness release for the Wii U. And I'm going to be talking about some other stuff, of course. One of them is, of course, being Kirby, which, of course, is probably going to be announced at E3, new Kirby game, or, of course, the Kirby Constellation, what games will be on it. Personally, I'm thinking that there's going to be Kirby Air Ride and Kirby Superstar, which, of course, people think that it's not going to be on there, but hey, what other games can you come up with? And this, of course, leads us to another question. What will Nintendo announce for the eShop? Of course, my suggestions are going to be Game Boy Advance games, Game Boy Color games, like everyone else is going to suggest. I'm going to suggest the Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages, Oracle Seasons, but there's also going to be some Game Boy Advance games. There's possible there's going to be some Pokemon on there. This, of course, is going to be announced at E3 for the simple reason of what I like to call the Greedy Wario system, which, of course, means Nintendo's going to announce these at E3, that there's going to be some games that they won't announce at E3, because they want to generate as much money as possible. And that's why I call it Greedy Wario. Wario, this is my movie, not yours. Please refrain from anything into the comments, and please refrain from interrupting my video. Now, Mario's going to be announced at E3. Of course, there's going to be a lot of Mario stuff, of course, Mario games. And the reason why I'm bringing up Wario in the first place is because one of the games that was going to be announced for Nintendo eShop is, of course, Super Mario Land 3, Wario Land, which, of course, technically, Wario Land was Super Mario Land 3. So, yeah. Anyways, Nintendo's going to be announcing a new Mario game, or games, primarily to announce for the Wii U. Now, Wii U is going to be a little touchy subject because I don't really have any other predictions for the games, but they're going to announce all their games for launch, as well as one in particular. There's going to be also a prediction when the console is going to come out. My prediction is going to be November 19th, 2012. I mean, come on. November 19th seems to be the most favorite time for Nintendo to launch their titles. I mean, consoles. Now, the one game I'm referring to in particular, this game is also going to be on the 3DS, and it is the new Super Smash Bros. They are going to announce it, they're going to have information about it, they're going to have a playable demo for it. This is something that they're going to have be big focus on. This is going to be the primary focus for this year. It's the new Super Smash Bros., which will have connected play with the 3DS and the Wii U. Now, a lot of people are predicting what characters are going to come out for us. Well, I have 3 that I'm going to predict. And these predictions are, of course, going to be, first up, No More Heroes hero. Therefore, second up, Phoenix Wright. And third, a Raving Rabbit. I mean, come on. This is, of course, part of the Greedy Wario system that I brought up before. Now, the 3 I brought up, these are going to be confirmed for the new Super Smash Bros. Game. I mean, come on. Nintendo, you're going to have to do it. And now I would put some suggestions for the next generation consoles, but Nintendo already released the next gen consoles. The Wii U's already been announced, it's just going to have a confirmed date. 3DS is already out. And all they're going to do is announce titles, and they're going to be focusing primarily on Super Smash Bros. And this brings us to the conclusion of this part of my E3 2012 predictions. Coming up now will be, of course, the third parties. Now, what third parties am I going to be doing? Well, I got 5. And I'm going to go in alphabetical order. First off, we're going to talk about Bandai Namco. Now, Bandai Namco is going to come out with several games, and they're going to announce as part of their 20th anniversary actually 15th anniversary of Tales series, they're going to announce Tales of Xillia for a release date in 2012 or 2013 in America. And it's going to come to America either way. Now, I don't know if it's been confirmed already or not. I mean, I'm making this video up right now. As of right now when I'm making the video. And of course, I'm going to predict a Pac-Man game. I mean, seriously, Bandai Namco is probably going to come out with another Pac-Man game or try to revive one of their older series. I wouldn't suggest anything else unless I knew what else they did. But I'm also thinking that they're going to be announcing something with the combination projects of Capcom and Sega called Project Cross Zone, which of course will come out in America. Speaking of Capcom, Capcom is going to be announcing several games for themselves too. Multi-platforms particularly. Or of course, there's also going to be a new Phoenix Wright game, a couple of Ace Attorneys, And they're going to also announce possibly a new Mega Man title. Now, I don't know if it's going to be Mega Man Legends 3 or if it's going to be Mega Man 11, but I do know that we're doing announcing a Mega Man game. Plus, of course, Project Cross Zone. And they're going to announce some more characters at E3, along with Bandai Namco and Sega. Of course, this brings us to another conclusion. A lot of people think that Cross Zone will not come to America. I mean, it's been confirmed for Europe, and if it's confirmed for Europe, it's going to be confirmed for America. But now, Capcom is going to be announcing other games too. I don't know what their titles are, but they're going to announce other games. And of course, Resident Evil 6. Of course, Sega, it's already announced Jet Set Radio for multi-platforms. They're going to probably announce another Sonic game. I mean, Sega comes out with tons of Sonic games as of late. And some of them are pretty good. So, I have high hopes for them. Especially that they're going to release a new Sonic Storybook series game. And for the Wii U, or the Wii. It's going to be announced. I mean, everyone knows it. So, Sega stop hiding it. It's also possible that Sega is going to announce another Sonic Adventure game. Or, of course, they're going to announce some other titles. Most likely, a Virtual Fighter game. As well as possible House of the Dead. I mean, Sega has been known for those games, and of course, with Jet Set Radio coming out, it's only natural that those games will come out. Now, as I said before, Square Enix is actually going to come out with Kingdom Hearts 3. There's also going to be a possibility of Final Fantasy 15. Now, of course, Square Enix is known for both these franchises. There's also going to be a possibility that Square Enix is going to come out with some other games from different franchises. Being, of course, some new games as well as some new old games. And of course, we also have PlayStation going to the collections. They're probably going to do a collection of Final Fantasy games that are coming out. That have been out. There's also going to be a possibility of Final Fantasy 13 Versus coming out for the PlayStation 3. And there's also the possibility of Nintendo 3DS is going to have some stuff coming out for it. I mean, they're also going to have Final Fantasy announced. And finally, we come to Ubisoft, which of course is known for Rayman and also the Raving Rabbids. Then, of course, but why did I mention those two? Well, Rayman Legends is going to be announced, has already been announced, and it's going to have an actual release date for all consoles. By all consoles, I mean iOS devices, I mean 3DS, PlayStation Vita, Xbox 360, PS3, Wii, Wii U. All those are going to have Rayman Legends on it. And there's also going to be new Raving Rabbids games. 2 of them. One for the Kinect, again, as well as one for the Wii U. It's going to be obvious that Ubisoft is going to focus on these 2 franchises. But there is a possibility that they're going to come out with a couple other games, including an RPG. Now, I say RPG because, well, it's the only thing that Ubisoft hasn't done yet. And with that, I'd like to thank you for listening to my predictions for all of E3. And this has been part 2, and there's not going to be a part 3 or anything else. I have just done Nintendo third parties in this part. If you want to see part 1, click on the link I'm putting in the description. And I thank you, and I hope you listen to this music I selected for you. So until next time, this is Fire Ink 9 signing off.